Hi everyone, I'm a humorist. I'm originally from Tver, but I went to Moscow to enroll. Why go there? Well, I thought that I don't want to stay in Tver. I need to try something new. As a result, he entered a Moscow university. I didn't study well, of course, but I had 3 guys and 27 girls in my class. I thought, that's a stroke of luck. I was thin then, with a protruding nose, but I felt quite confident. To be honest, my studies weren't very good. I didn't really learn anything new, but I talked to the girls, and that was fine with me. Then the quarantine began. I had to return to Tver. 6 months later, I was reinstated at the university, but not full-time, but in the evening department. I thought it would be more convenient, but I didn't like it. And then I suddenly became a TikToker. I started shooting videos, and they quickly gained views. The first 1,000,000 subscribers appeared, then the second. I was able to monetize my creativity, and the first money appeared. During this period, I met a girl who later became my wife. She was from Tver. I wanted to move her to Moscow, but after earning a little money, I realized that I still didn't like Moscow. So we decided to stay in Tver. We rented an apartment and settled in. Then the sanctions began, and TikTok in Russia was shut down. I didn't have any money, so I worked as a loader for a year. After that, I got a job as a bicycle courier. The first order turned out to be a failure. I was supposed to deliver the pizza, but I put the box incorrectly, vertically, and the whole filling slid down. I arrive at a client's place, open my backpack, and there's a mess. The client looks and says, "What is this?" I tried to put the pizza back in the box and said, "Let me leave it for you anyway, it's delicious." But the client refused, and I was immediately fined 500 rubles. And it was the first day, the first order. Working as a courier depressed me. Life seemed like a failure. I even threw away that pizza instead of eating it myself. Then I tried to work as a realtor. These cold calls are just terrible. Everyone promises that they only have warm customers, but in fact they answer you with obscenities and hang up on you. After that, I got a job in the Teremok to bake pancakes. It was hell. I burned myself on the stove, suffered. And they also promised me career growth. They say, "You will become a senior pancake maker, and then you will heat porridges and soups." I had another experience working on a construction site. My friend and I were chipping bricks from old buildings. For 12 hours, they received 900 rubles for 2 people. That is, about 300 bricks per day. At least, they were happy that they could buy a can of beer after work. Now, of course, everything is better. Compared to those days, I feel almost like an oligarch. Gradually, I began to return to the media space. I moved my audience from TikTok to Instagram, where I already have 100,000 subscribers. Then YouTube got involved, and there was growth. I started getting invited to the show, and things got more serious. I found myself back in Moscow. And you know, I fell in love with this city. I couldn't stand him before, but now I feel different. However, my personal life has changed. My wife and I got divorced. It's not because I fell in love with Moscow, it just happened that way. I have been living in the capital for about 3 months now. To be honest, life has become more interesting compared to my student years. If you have money, you can afford to sit in a bar and drink a beer. But there are also disadvantages. You often feel lonely in Moscow. I also have panic attacks, so I rarely go out in public places. It's especially hard on the subway. I'm afraid of it. The metro itself is not terrible, but escalators, for example, on Komsomolskaya Street, are a horror. I imagine that if someone falls there, I will fly with them. Sometimes I had to take the subway when I didn't have money for a taxi, and I just prayed the whole way. So if someone is going to move to Moscow, my advice to you is, first, answer the question why. If you just want to sit on Red Square, that's one thing. But if you want to build a career and live a full life, that's something else entirely. I went my own way. What do you think about this story? Write in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channels so you don't miss any amazing new stories. See you.